What's up, traders? Going 2 for 2 technically. The second trade on CFVI was pretty much break even. We'll go over that one real quick. It was actually pretty frustrating. Pretty nice move up through that previous resistance here at 12. As you can see, we got a nice little move up to that $0.50. It started to really struggle there, so I took a starter. I actually went half size on it as well because when I pulled it up, it was already up here. I never even saw this first move. However, the 9 was all the way down here. VWAP was all the way down here, so I was like, well, it had to be pretty decent. So that's why I jumped in, but I jumped in with smaller shares. We put an order out at 33. And as you can see, it actually came down to 40. Was looking for it to bust through, but it did not. And right at 40 is it just got bought up and really went. So had no problem getting an ad, put the ad in on the ask up at 76. I was actually ready to hit it again if it continued because it actually moved fast here. So I was going to do more of a 1-2, but instead it ended up as a 1-1. And it put our average rate at 65. And as you can see, it started to bounce it bounced to 62. We had our order for half of it at 57, was looking for the other amount to come back down towards this 1233 area. And it just started to bounce, was kind of annoying. We ended up taking some off for a loss, and then we finally got the drop, started to scale out. Was really hoping to get this move, but it started to come up, and our average was at 65. I didn't want to let it go back against us at this point to continue to be a red trade, because at this point, with this cover here, these two covers just barely got us back into the green. And I didn't want to let it go back against us and turn it into a red trade. So I told myself any sign here that it was going to head back up towards our average, we're going to take it. So we took it at 63, and that ended up being the high. And then it ended up coming all the way back down after that. So that's always fun when that happens. PENN, this one was pretty awesome. These are the moves that we look for. We were a little bit early, but this is exactly the types of moves that I have been waiting for to come back into the market, and we finally got one. Unfortunately, I was a little bit early on it because we haven't been getting that extra push. So kind of had to fight this one a little bit, but ended up being pretty good. So this actually was such a big move. It tried to halt several times here, and the halt price just kept moving up, which is how it continued up. We got this ad right here, the second. So we started this off with only 40 shares. Again, nice extension up through previous resistance, which was yesterday's high. And there was a clear jiggle there, and I saw the halt price was right above it, around like 49.20, I think it was. And so we started it, and then it went up to 49.20. Looked like it might halt. So instead of adding a full 40 shares there, which would have been a 1-1 that close together, I said 40 was okay, and I kind of looked at my P&L real quick to see where I was based off of that little bit extra, and I was like, well, let's get a little bit more size in case it does halt, and then maybe it'll open up there and then shoot down, or maybe it'll fake halt like we see a lot. And sure enough, it did fake halt. And we put an order out. I don't remember exactly which order. If you want to go watch this live, as always, you can click the link in the pinned comment down below. It'll take you over to Twitch and show you all my live trades. And yeah, it missed our order that we had for take profit. I don't remember by how much, but it was pretty close. And pretty much right after that, it shot up again. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So now we have 60 shares. It's coming up. And so when we get up here, I add another 60 and then 80. And the reason I did that is because 60 and 60 was 120. And I just wanted to get the shares even just in case we had to do something more. And again, the reason these two are so close together is the halt price was right there. And it was that main area of 50. And I just really felt like if we can get back through 50, I want to try to get my average up as close to 50 as possible, because that is such a key area. It's going to try to bounce there. It's going to, if it does get under, try to use it as resistance. So I wanted to try to get up there. And I don't remember exactly what our average was. I want to say it was like 79, something like that. But whatever it was, it kept bouncing right off of it. It was like 75, 79, something like that. And so it was very frustrating as well because there was a nice little spread. So even when the bid was coming down, if I wasn't getting filled where my orders were, I couldn't just drag my order up because the ask was too high. It was like 20, 30 cents at times. And so ended up taking a loss on some of the position here when it felt like it might shoot back up through 50, and I didn't want to ride the whole thing back up. But then it did reject after, you can see it did try to go higher. It rejected. And once we got down, I took a little bit more off, a little bit bigger that time. I was at 150 shares, so I took half of it. And then I started scaling out at VWAP, the whole dollar, and then that previous resistance, which then I was down to complete leftovers. And I had put them on a trail just looking for it to, possibly just keep continuing down. But once I saw it was coming back up to that area, I figured we would try to poke through, and then maybe it'll try to hold there, which it did. And but it ultimately ended up failing. So if I would still be holding that trail, which was only 7 shares at that time, I guess we could still be trying to make a little bit more money. It would be an extra like $10. So I don't think that's really worth it in my eyes. Ended up making 66 on it, which on an average trade right now, I am trying to make like 30 to 40 per trade. So the fact that I made 66 after fighting it, after taking my first cover red as well, it's a pretty good trade in my book. So I held on to some leftovers a lot longer than I normally would, and came up with a new hot button that Constantine, thank you, helped me make. I came up with the idea. He actually just made the button for me. So basically at any point in time, wherever my average is, so we're up at like 49.78, somewhere around here. So when the price is down here, if I hit this button, it's going to put a trail based off of the current gap between current price and my average. So that's actually kind of cool. I like that. So no matter what, if you want to kind of do something else, like keep looking around and you're down to leftovers, you can hit that button. It'll put a trail based off break even. So you're never going to not at least get break even. And if it continues to move down, you got a nice little cushion there to do so. So I really like that button, and I think I'll be using it a lot. We'll see moving forward, but unfortunately, there was no other trades because I was really after that PENN trade, which was the first trade of the day. I was like, all right, we're going to finally get a nice day and push over $100 a day. We're going to start getting those multiple trades a day type atmosphere. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. There was a lot moving this morning, but nothing that we like to look for as far as our edge. So I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I always appreciate that support. Appreciate everybody that watches me live over on Twitch. If you want to check that out, link is down in the description as well. We've been constantly over 20 people lately, which is awesome. Still looking to grow. So head over there, follow the channel. And if you want to come in Discord, hop in there with us. That's great as well. Twitter, you can find me over there as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.